There it goes. Okay. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about closing. And Shayna, I'm so glad you're on the call because we're different, okay? You and I are different, but a lot the same as far as like our background. But because of what you shared last week, I'm going to assume that maybe your close is a little different than mine. So I think it would be kind of cool to hear different perspectives on how we close to share with the team. So I'll just go ahead and start myself. Normally what I'm doing when, and this is all normally in the follow-up, okay? So normally the close does not happen for me in the first invite, process. So for me, it's normally on the follow-up, which is why you hear that, there's fortune in the follow-up. Like people say that all the time. And it's like so true because when you're doing your follow-ups, and let's say that you've gotten to the point where you actually share everything. So they have it all. Like you've gone through the whole thing, you've given them the price, they know what is involved, with the package and everything, but you're having like that hard time, getting them over the fence. Like they're either really excited, but they're maybe not ready, and not ready could mean that they're nervous, scared, they've failed before, they're not sure, so it's up to us to kind of help to assure them that they're going to be fine, that we're going to be holding their hand during the process. So sometimes there's that going on. The other thing is money. That's a really big thing that people talk about as far as the reason for not joining, okay? So I'm going to share with you just a couple of things that I do, and I really, really hope that this helps. If you guys are ever near me and you want to do this together, it actually, for me, I think it works better to sit next to each other where I could see your conversations and I could tell you what to say next, as far as like based on how I would do it. I think that would be something that would be really cool. If you guys are ever interested in that, just let me know. I work at home, so anytime you want to come over, seriously, take me up on that. But for now, I'll just show you guys what I do. Okay, so they have the information. I've given it to them. I can see that they've read it, okay? I will wait about an hour, all right? Because, they might leave after I send them the information, even though they've read it. They're like, okay, I'll look at those videos in a minute, get busy with dinner, whatever. So in an hour, okay, so I don't wait that long because what I've learned in sales is when you get somebody excited about something, you only have about a 24 to 48 hour window to close them while they're still excited. Otherwise, if you wait longer, that excitement has died down, okay, and they might have talked to people that might have talked them out of it. So you have to almost resell them at that point and get them excited again, which you can do. You can. It's not like it's impossible. It's just that, it's going to be maybe a longer process. So I really like to do this. About an hour after, I will say to them, what did you think about the, sorry, I have to get into my I'm in my messenger. Looking at you guys, I'm like, what do I say? So I say, what do you think about the package? Or what do you think about, the program? So I'll say one of those words. So I'm not going to say, are you ready quite yet? Okay, because that will give them the opportunity to say no, which you want to avoid, if possible, to give them that yes or no option, right? Because most of the time, if you give a person a yes or no option, they will say no, because we're human and we like to find a way out of things. And even if it's helpful, okay, that's just human nature. So if you ask them, what do you think about the program? You're not giving them that, right? They're gonna have to tell you, like, oh, I love it. I wish I could do it, but it's too expensive. So then they will start giving their reason, if they love it, then they'll be like, I love it. What do I got to do? Okay, so at that point, let's just assume that they're going to say yes at first. So, they say, oh my God, I love it. What do I got to do to purchase? So At that point, that's when you're giving the two options. Okay, awesome. There's two ways to purchase. You can do it this way or this way, right? The coach way or the other way. Now, you might get stuck here. I do all the time, because they're like, well, I don't know if can I be a coach? What do I got to do? You know, so you might get stuck here. So again, same thing. You send them those options. You wait another half hour, an hour. Okay, so I try and do this all on the same day, unless, you know, of course, it's late at night and I'm sleeping. So, you know, again, I'm saying, okay, what did you think about the options? You know, which one do you prefer to do? And at that point, you know, they'll tell me, I want to do, you know, just the customer one. So then you give them the website, and you know, to give them all the instructions on how to purchase. You might come across people that are not sure about the coaching, and so they will start asking you questions about the coaching, like, you know, what do I got to do? Like, do I have to sell a certain amount? You know, that kind of stuff. And then at that point, you can let them know, you know, what it takes to be a coach. They can either work the business, or they cannot, and just take advantage of the discounts. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Now, if I've shared the pricing, I've waited about an hour, I asked them, you know, what they thought, and then they read it and still don't respond, okay, then what I do is I will wait another day. So I won't bug them. I'll actually wait a full, like, 24 hours. I'll contact them the next night, and I'll just say, like, you know, hope you've enjoyed your Monday, you know, hope you got, or I don't know, something like, I hope you had a good day with your family, something real casual, you know, at first, and then I'll say after that, you know, what did you think about the program? Are you ready to go, you know? And so I do that 24 hours later, okay? If they still don't respond after that first 24-hour thing, then, whoa, then I will wait 2 days. Okay, so I will first wait 24 hours, then I'll push it out a little bit more. I'll wait 2 days, and then if they still don't respond, then I'll wait another, like, maybe 3 or 4 days, and then after that, maybe a week. So I'm, like, pushing it out, but I'm not waiting too long, because again, I really feel like if you get someone excited and you keep reminding them about their goals, they're gonna want to do it. Okay.
On each of those follow-ups that you're delaying, are you still saying the same thing?
Well, I mean, I changed it up a little bit. But, I mean, I still kind of use the same close. I'll say, you know, are you, like, I still want to find out what they think about the program. So I will say, you know, I would love to know what you think. You know, just kind of change it up. Like, you're just trying to get a response from them without being too pushy, right? Another thing that I do is I will say, and this is probably after the first couple of days, like after they have the information, I will ask them if they're ready to roll. So that does give them the yes or no option, but I still say it because I'm like, dude, let's just go. Are you ready to do this? So I will ask. That's another way that I also close. Let's see. Another way is sometimes I'll say, are you ready to jump in? Oh, another way that I do, and this is probably after like a couple of days after they have the information, I will remind them that I only have so many spots left. So, we don't like to fill up the groups too much, right? So you can honestly say, I only have like 2 or 3 spots left. Do you want me to still hold a spot for you? If not, let me know so I can give it to someone else. And then you can also remind them that your challenge group starts on September the 5th. You need, and the sale is only good through the end of August. So let's do this so you don't miss out on the sale. And then now I'm, reminding them about the diet bet. So the last 3 people that I have brought in is because I told them, hey, are you ready to jump in? I don't want you to miss out on the sale with the package that is guaranteed to work or your money back. And I don't want you to miss out on, the opportunity to win some money just for participating. So that's really helping a lot of people for me to close right now. So those are my main tips on closing. Do you guys have any questions on those? All right. I do this every single day. I never have done this differently in almost 2.5 years. So an hour, then 24 hours, then 48 hours, then 3 days. I mean, I've done this the same way for over 2 years, and it's worked really, really well for me. Are you guys still there? It looks like it's froze. There you are. Okay. All right. So Shayna, do you have anything different that you do? I know you have your baby, so cute.
Sorry, I like muted myself because she likes to shout. My husband's working tonight, so that's why I have them right now. But I don't really. So my whole thing is kind of different. Like Anita was the same way when she signed me up, whether it was her or her assistant. They had me, like, they sent me the whole, I'm on standby, like, you know, email type thing, like, I'll be here for an hour, you know, that kind of thing. My life doesn't conform to that because I started when a baby was 8 weeks old, and then I work, and I, like, don't have, I don't have Wi-Fi at my work. It's so like it uses my data, but like I have patients from 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock straight through. The most I could do is like get into post like in between a patient, and then maybe like check in with somebody if they have a message or something. But I don't have time to sit there for an hour and a half with people like trying to like force them into like buying a pack. So I send people messages. You know, I'll send out my invite, and then I don't hear, and I'll let them read it, and then maybe like 2 days later, I might send something and just say, hey girl, like sometimes Messenger can act up for someone, you know, because someone did tell me, oh my gosh, I was seeing that I had a message, but I couldn't see who it was from. So I just always assume that there's an issue, and they're not just blowing me off. And if they are blowing me off, I keep putting them on a list, and I'll check back. I usually send out like 3 or 4, oh my gosh, 3 or 4 messages, and then I'll finally just be like, hey girl, listen, I have like a long list of people and people holding spots, so if you ever are interested in the future or things change for you whenever it's easier for you, just let me know. This is going to be chaotic, guys. Sorry, my
fine. You're fine.
Yes, honey? Yeah?
I got some sticky.
You got some sticky?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go wash your hands?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all gonna go to the bathroom. So anyway, so I kind of say that the clothes really, like for me, I'm just like, I usually check in every couple days, just like she said. I mean, maybe not exact science, and that's only because I just don't have the time to dedicate to this business, like where I'm organized like I would like to be, if that makes sense for you guys. I don't know how you guys are and like your lifestyle is or whatever, but mine is just like barely making it. So I just do what I can. But I usually send out 3 or 4 messages, and then I'll end up telling people, hey, listen, you know, that whole thing. Closing, I don't really like have a script, and I say like, hey girl, I talk like that. Like I don't talk salesy. Like, I don't talk, like, you know, I'd like to get you to complete this order. Like, I just don't say that stuff. And so I heard a really good piece from one of the top coaches on one of the videos I had watched, but they said something like, just accepting what your strengths are, and then narrowing in on what your weaknesses are. And if you're not someone who has an eye for taking pictures, then you need to study it, and you need to be humble enough to do that, because this is the business. And so it's the same thing. Like, some people are really not good at like not sounding salesy, and they don't mean to be like that. You know, they're just so excited, but it can come off very impersonal. And so that's been the biggest thing for me, is when I try to tell my coaches, like, I will gently tell them, like, hey, listen, could you delete that post? And then we will work through that together. And my coaches that want to learn, they don't mind saying, like, they don't mind listening like that. But I think that was just the biggest thing. Like, if you really want to be successful at this, and whatever your financial goal is, it doesn't mean you have to be top 10, but if you want to be good at this and help people, I feel like you need to be a good student and realize that you don't know everything. So that was a big thing for me. Oh, she just like screams. She just literally like growls. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. I'm gonna hold her. Hold on. Oh, okay. She usually doesn't shout if I hold her and like walk with her. Anyway, so I think that's like a big thing. If you're struggling with how to speak to people, just swallow the pill and realize that maybe that's not your strength, and then ask somebody who is seeing success at it, or ask somebody who is doing well, or follow a couple coaches who are doing well, and then just don't mimic them completely, but just look at their stuff and study their stuff and say, okay, why are they getting such a good response? It's not because they're, tall, blonde, and gorgeous, because not all these coaches are. These coaches are not all the same. So everyone can do this business. It's just a matter of finding your niche and then recognizing your weaknesses, because no one comes out like perfect at this. So that's just been my thing. I've studied a lot for stuff. Like, I'm pretty good at taking pictures. I can kind of see good lighting. That's just something I have an eye for. I like photography. Some people don't even know how to use apps. So if you don't, then study it. I think that's been a helpful listening thing, because some of my coaches are so excited and they say the silliest stuff, and I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. Okay, honey. And so I'm just like, but they don't realize it's not like they're trying to be salesy. They just they're just so excited, but they don't have any experience, and they haven't followed the coaches that I have or watched any of the videos. You dropped the soap. Okay, that's okay. Anyway, so this is seriously my chaotic life. When my coaches tell me they're too busy to learn, this is what I want to show them. Like, this is crazy.
Can I say hi?
You can say hi.
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 Go ahead. Wash your hands. Anyway, so I hope that helped. I really just think the biggest thing about it is just, like I said, just being humble enough to be a really good student, and just understanding that people are going to say no and people are not going to respond. It doesn't mean that you're not doing something right. It just means that people aren't ready. I had someone today, she's literally sent me like, I am ready to sign up today. Okay, here's all your stuff. I'm going through it now. Okay. I haven't heard from her in 3 months. And then I'm not even kidding. And then she just messaged me today. She commented on my before and after and said, gosh, I'm so jealous. And I was like, girl, I'd love to have you in a group. Like, that's exactly what I said. Like, girl, I'm waiting. Like, I'd love to have you in one of my groups. Like, let me know. And I don't say it like, excuse me, I messaged you. Are you ready to order? I just said, hey, girl, like, I'm ready to have you whenever you are. And she messaged me just a minute ago and said, hey, okay, let me know what it all entails. Like, what do I need to do? I'm not motivated. And I think that just comes off, like I said last week, I just think being desperate for success points comes off. And so you just need to sit back, relax, keep doing the work, and then just really try to talk like you're talking to your best friend. You wouldn't sell your best friend. So really just try to talk like you're talking to someone you really care about. And don't get overwhelmed if they say no or pressure them. But at the same time, be like assertive with like the price. Like, I don't even give it the time of day. I don't even let people, if they say I can't afford it right now, I say, girl, I totally understand. I was on maternity leave. I wasn't making an income. My husband just said, you know what, he do this for you. And I always throw it back to that personal situation. My husband said, you know what, we're going to make the money happen because this is your health and this is important and this means something. So I always say that when someone says that about costs, I'm like, yeah, my husband I had a really hard time with it too. We didn't have the money, yada, yada. And I always say, just cut out Starbucks, and then it replaces a meal a day. Some people are paycheck to paycheck. So I don't sit here and say, oh, it's going to replace, you're not even going to pay for it. Because some people don't pay $4 every breakfast. But, so I try not to I feel like that can be insulting to people that are paycheck to paycheck, because I've been paycheck to paycheck before. And so I just say it like that. It runs $4 a meal. I cut out all eating out so we can make it work. I cut out vitamins. Yeah. And then, we just really made it work because it was important. So I think that's a good way to, let's go potty. But I feel like that's a really good way to, talk about the money aspect of it in a humble way that's going to allow people to see that you're not just thinking about the sale, you're and saying, I've been there. I totally understand it is a price. I think the price is worth it, yada, yada. But if you aren't ready or a price is a problem, then I think just putting them on the list and just still caring and saying like, okay, I totally understand that money can be an issue right now, yada, yada. I'm sorry my life is chaos.
Don't apologize.
I love it that you're doing
I hope that was helpful. I'm all over the place. But is there any other questions for me? I'm better with questions.
No, I think that you nailed it pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, I love listening to you.
That's nice.
Yeah, does that help you guys at all, what Shayna said?
Yeah, definitely. That's great. I've also got a few people as well that have kind of said not now, or you know, they're doing their own thing at the moment. But I've always said to them, "Is it okay if I keep sending you the invites?"
Mm-hmm.
And so by asking them, I think it's really nice then that they know that you're not just keep trying to sell to them, but that you just still want to be friends with them and tell them what, you know, if I can keep sending you stuff, that's great. If you want to respond, brilliant. If not, you know, just ignore it, kind of thing. But a few people have said that's a really good idea. So hopefully that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it just shows that you care.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. Sorry, I'm getting my son something else. But can you pull your pants up, buddy? Oh, I seriously, if any of you guys pray for my husband to get a better job, because I can't handle these nights alone. It is so ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
Hey man, at least we have 2 right now. Like, can you imagine all the people that have like 5, 6 kids?
No. It's crazy. The only other thing I was going to say was I really, like, and I said it last week, I just think it is so important for you to take your health journey serious. Like, that is the whole reason you're in this, and you hear it all the time that coaches get into the business and then they totally let themselves go to the side because you're trying to work the business.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to work this business if you are not pushing play and drinking your shake and reading your personal development and doing all these things. And it doesn't mean you 7 days a week and you might fall off and miss because we're all human. But I feel like if you don't know what to say and you have no momentum, you have to be sharing your journey. If it's a recipe, if it's a before and after, if it's an old picture and you've lost 5 pounds, if you feel better, if you have more energy, you have to be sharing that stuff, because taking a picture of your makeup and all that is fun and everyone likes to pick an outfit. But it's like, at the end of the day, this is like a health group.
What is it?
And so, what is it? It's a surprise. And so I just think it's a good way. Like today I had like 100 likes on my before and after picture. I mean, like, it just happens fast. And it's like, that was like not even like the highest like I've had, but like I just do a before and after, and it gives people, not everyone sees your stuff. And so it gives people a chance to visually see, oh my gosh, like this is working. And then if they're not going to buy in the next 10 days, they are now watching you. People that haven't seen your before and after, people that you're not in their feed. Now they're like, wow, okay. And then they're looking. So I really just think that that's like such a big thing I took from Summit, is just being professional. And I feel like a lot of people get into this, and it's okay to have weight to lose. That's not the issue. But if you're the same weight in 7 months and you have weight to lose, you really don't have a business being a coach. You're not coaching yourself even. So that, and then consistency. Like I said, like that's the other thing I tell my coaches all the time. I seriously tell them, and I'm like, why would anyone trust you to motivate them and help them and inspire them if you're not even posting and like taking this business seriously or yourself seriously? Like, why are you even doing this, you know? So that's another one. I just think if you're not showing up daily to social media and yourself, then you really need to fix that first before you keep trying to sell people. That's my biggest.
I want to give you guys one tip too before, and this is along the same lines that you're sharing, Shayna, is get permission from people that you've worked with before to share their transformation. Because if you're showing that this works for people that work with you, okay, then that's going to help them to trust you more as a coach when you're actually showing before and progress pictures of people that are actually working with you. So I have found that really, really, really helps, like a lot. And another thing that really works too is if you ask them to post it on their page and then tag your name, because then their friends will see it and their friends will be like, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing? And that will actually open up their eyes a lot about the coaching opportunity. And so I do try and ask them, you know, first to, you know, if they would consider posting it on their page, because I think they'd really inspire other people to start in their own journey. Or if they're not comfortable with that, I can just give them a shout out on my page. But it feels really good, you guys. And a lot of times people in their own family life aren't getting that. They're not getting the attaboys or the accolades. And so I really feel like if we're giving that to them, it also encourages them to keep going, you know, too, in their journey. So that's another thing. And I know that Shayna had shared that last week about showing her challengers before and after pictures or progress pictures. So I think that definitely works. Well, awesome. Awesome, you guys. All right, so if you guys need help, I don't know your schedule, Sheena, enough to speak for you, but for me personally, I would really like to help you guys. So I don't mind, and it would actually be an honor to me to work closer with you guys to help you get to Success Club. If that means us sitting side by side and me helping your business and not focusing on mine at all, I don't mind doing that because we are a team this month and it means something for us all to get to, you know, those goals, right? So if you guys are open to it, I can do that through Zoom. Okay, we can work together on the Zoom call. Or you can come over to my house, or if you want me to come to yours, I don't mind. But I really would like us to work, you know, really diligently in helping each other to get to our goals instead of just focusing on ours. So I don't know if Shayna is open to, I know you have your own team to run, but if you have any time at all, if, you know, if she says yes, you know, then maybe you guys can ask her. I don't know. I'm speaking for her, I don't know. But let me know. If you don't have time, don't worry about it.
I'm going on vacation on Thursday through Sunday. So aside from posting, I'm going to be unplugged because it's our boys, like our boys that passed away, their celebration of life.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to just be out of town for them. But if you guys like tag me, if you even like have a conversation or something, I'm really good about just like, if you end up, I'll check notifications. So if you like post like a conversation, just copy and paste it and like post it on our like little like cup page. If you just tag like me and her in it, and then if I see it before her, like I'm happy to like, you know, just say how I would like you know, respond to somebody, because that's a lot of my coaches. They'll text me like, hey, they'll just text me a screenshot of the conversation, and then I'll just be like, oh, I would say this next. Or if they have a quick question because they just haven't, you know, done enough studying on all this stuff, like I just will let them know what to say. So if I see it before then, if it's before Thursday, I'm totally good. Thursday through Sunday, I'll be in Cali with my grandma and everybody else, so I probably won't be on much. But it's before that, and then after that, I don't know if after that is the end of the month, but either way, I'm happy to help if I'm on.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, I think that you guys just keep going and, you know, keep continuing to build up that momentum. I really hope that me posting inside our own team page about how I posted in those groups on Saturday, like really inspired you to do that, because we have so many conversations going right now and a lot of people that are actually going to be purchasing by this weekend from just, you know, what I did on Saturday. So that's why I continue to post inside those groups every single Saturday, because more people are on those groups and you really get to talk to a lot more people, and you get a lot more newer friends on your Facebook.
The other thing I was going to say, guys, is you guys can, if you want to use my before and after, my most recent one, you are welcome to. And as long as you just, I actually, like, let me just post it on the team page, because I'm going to, like, put my app thing on it just so people don't steal it. I forgot to do that. I've been forgetting to do that, like, so other people on the internet, like, don't steal it. But I will post it on the team page, and if you guys want to, I don't know if it'll help you at all generate stuff, but sometimes, like, you know, results like that, like, will help a little bit, even if it's just one or two people. And you guys can just write out, like, this is my friend Shayna. She's been on the same program as me. She's lost X amount of weight. Like, she's a mother. Just say it like that where it sounds personal, not like, look at this person's results, you know? Like, just say, this is my friend Shayna. She's on my team, whatever. Like, you can say it like that where it sounds personal. It sounds like I'm a part of your team. You know, as long as it doesn't, like, not customer, but you can just say she's on my team where it looks like it's personal and you know me, and then, you know, you've been doing the same stuff as I've been doing, and it might help. You never know. It might just get one person like, oh my gosh, or they have a body like me, or they just had a baby and I was the same way. So it might help.
And you guys
Awesome.
are always welcome to use mine also. I have a ton of them in my pictures. You can just go grab.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, this is going to end, so I don't want it to cut out while someone's in the middle of talking. So, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. I really appreciate you guys so much. And I think that we're all doing an amazing job. And just keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.